アレン様は本当に教授殿がおっしゃっていた通りの方でございますね。
教授は僕のことを何と？
天性の年下殺しと。
人聞きが悪い。少しだけ年下の扱いに慣れているだけです。
さようでございますか。さあこちらへ旦那様がお待ちです。
What a fantastic start to the summer season. I am so glad we're here. Today we're talking about Private Tutor to the Duke's Daughter. And this is absolutely this was such a great start. And it was such an enjoyable episode 1. So let's just start off. I'm going to name the video, should you watch it? The question is, I think based on episode 1, there's enough here to say yes, absolutely yes. This episode follows a main character named Alan, and he starts off the episode with taking the court sorcerer's exam. So not to make it into school or anything like that, but he takes the court sorcerer exam, and based on his professor, he's the most talented, he's the most renowned, he has the most faith. I think that there was something in the background to have the professors pull strings to make him not pass. Because he is highly talented, highly praised, highly, just really well regarded. So much so that the moment that he fails, his professor lines up a job for him that he already pre-signed him up for to go and train or tutor the Howard's daughter, which is basically the region or the land is broken up into 4 families, fire, wind, I think it was fire, wind, earth, and ice, right? And one of the main 4 ducal families has a daughter who is unable to use magic, and Alan is the key to that, at least based on what we've seen so far. So because he fails the court sorcerer's exam, he's basically given the boot. He's like, I gotta go back to my family now, I guess, at this point. He's like, but I ain't got no money. So the professor sets him up. He's like, oh, well, I got a job for you. And he's like, oh, he's already pre-signed up. So he's like, he knew, he basically, I feel like this was all orchestrated. So he takes it. He's like, yeah, I got to. I have no money. I got no choice. So he takes the trade or whatever. And as the episode starts and ends, he's writing a letter to his friend named Lydia. Well, as the episode goes on, I'll kind of skip to the end. We find out that Lydia is the successor of one of those 4 ducal families, specifically the fire one. And Alan and her are very, very close. So much so that, in his letter, he says that he's nursing a broken heart. So I don't know if he maybe confessed to her or she confessed to him, but there was something that occurred there to where they're not together, but they've always been tied at the hip. So much so that Alan was even, in his words, accepted to the Magic Academy originally because he has very low mana, and he was viewed as not talented, but he was very close to Lydia, and he feels like he was accepted to the academy originally because he felt like he could be the one to keep Lydia under control, and other people knew that. And they ended up being a duo to where he was considered the brains of that duo and Lydia the brawn. But he's writing a letter to his friend Lydia, girlfriend Lydia. And I love how he says he's nursing a broken heart. Again, we're going to find out what that means. But per her words, he decided to take a job. He decided to do a thing. He decided to make a decision without consulting her. So that means that she's pissed. She's pissed at the fact that he went to go, that he didn't pass the exam, but that he decided to choose what he was going to do with his life without telling wifey. So he's going to get the kibosh. Now, of course, the funniest moment of the episode is, the butler, and so he goes to meet the Howard girl and the butler, whatever, and he meets Ellie, which is one of the maids, which we find out that she's an important piece of a family in that region. Anyways, we find out that through the butler, that not only is Alan known as being very intelligent and very magical and blah, 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 but he's also really, really good with the ladies. And his reputation doesn't precede him because he immediately has Ellie kind of crumble under his hands, essentially. And Tina is right there as well, too. So I found that extremely hilarious that he's a ladies' man, essentially, and that part of his renown and reputation is being known as that. And I think that is effing funny. And that makes the show a lot more enjoyable too, because we know that this Tina girl is gonna end up falling for him, and he has Ellie, who's probably gonna really like him. But then the main thing is you have Lydia, who is the fire girl, which she said she's gonna come and bring down the Firebirds on Ellen. Now, of course, too, the other thing is he's also extremely talented in magic. He doesn't have mana, but he knows exactly how to use and utilize it. So he has probably a lot of renown around the land. So it's so weird that he's so broke. But they did mention that he is sending all of his money to his family and stuff back wherever he's from. So anything that he's accumulated, he's probably just sent it back. And that's kind of what makes him a big old brokey. So anyways, what an impression that episode number 1 of Private Tutor made. This was definitely a hot start for the anime season, and this is a high recommend. This was already on my maybe list. I wasn't completely sold on it based on the synopsis, but the trailer was really good. But based on the synopsis, I was like, yeah, this seems like it could be either fantastic or complete dog shit. But it actually ended up being really, really good. So this is going to definitely be a high recommend. Now, should you watch it? I think absolutely yes. Will I continue watching it on the channel? I don't know. It depends how this video does. So if you want me to continue watching it, please give me a like. And if you haven't subscribed already, subscribe to the channel. That's how I am going to dictate as I begin to watch every single new anime that I have on my yes, maybe, or maybe so list. You know, I'm going to try to watch all the episode 1s and create videos for it. And I'm going to determine what I actually end up watching through the season on both of my YouTube channels, either at the Otaku Room or the Otaku Room Reacts. I'm going to figure out what I'm going to cover on the channels based on you guys. So if you want to have me cover this all season long and be on the journey with you guys, comment, hit the like, that'll let me know. More views, more chance of me actually watching it. If this video doesn't do well, it's totally okay, and I appreciate you being here, and I hope that this ends up being a good one, but I think we found a gem to start the summer season. All right, my friends, I'm going to see you guys on the next video. Peace out, have a good one, and this was a hot start. This was Private Tutor to the Duke's Daughter, and I'll see you maybe for episode 2. Peace.